Hey guys, it's Rashila Lynn and welcome back to my channel. Around several videos ago, I was talking about one odd pregnancy symptom that I actually never heard of before and realized I had so much to say about it because it's not very much talked about and some moms might also be experiencing it, and that is pregnancy rhinitis. I am currently 8 months pregnant and I suffered pregnancy rhinitis when I was 9 weeks pregnant until around 19 weeks pregnant. So that's like 10 whole weeks of not being able to breathe through my nose every single night. The thing about pregnancy rhinitis is that it doesn't have a specific cure, and while we are pregnant, we are not allowed to take the usual over-the-counter medication for nasal congestion, so it is quite difficult to deal with. In this video, I will talk to you about my experience, how I dealt with it, what remedies I've tried, what my doctor told me to do, which ones worked, and which ones did not work. According to Google, or like this website right here, pregnancy rhinitis is a common ailment in the second and third trimesters characterized by inflammation and swelling of the mucous membranes in the nose. Symptoms include congestion, nasal obstruction, sneezing, postnasal drip, and runny nose. These symptoms can also lead to poor sleep when your growing belly might already be making it difficult to rest. During my second prenatal visit, I also told my doctor about my constantly clogged nose, but only during bedtime. She confirmed that I was experiencing pregnancy rhinitis, and she did not want me to take any medication for it. The things I did instead were, number one, I used Vicks Vapor Rub. I guess we are all familiar with Vicks. It's something I grew up with like a child. We always had this, and my mom would massage me with it when I had colds or cough or when I wasn't feeling well. I could remember it would work for my clogged nose back then, but this time for my pregnancy rhinitis, I would literally put it inside. I mean, I know it isn't advised or it isn't supposed to be placed inside the nose, but that's what I did. And it would actually unclog my nose for a very short while and it would get congested again. So for my pregnancy rhinitis, Vicks helped me for like a few minutes, but did it help me sleep? Nope. I would still end up breathing through my mouth just so I could sleep. Next is something similar to Vicks, so I probably already knew it wouldn't work as well, but I still tried. This is an Efficacy Oil. It's basically a menthol oil, like in this small roller bottle. It says it is camphor plus menthol, etc. But unlike Vicks, this formulation is very watery and super minty. Like it would make you cry if you place some of it very near your eyes. So what I do is I smell it and roll it, kind of massage it on this area of my face, like my sinuses here, and it provides very short relief, just like Vicks, but it doesn't exactly unclog my nose for the night. This next one is quite interesting because I found it on YouTube when I was searching for nasal congestion home remedies. It is Sinus Massage. I am gonna try to link the video down below if you want to know more about it, but basically the instructions were to just press on this part of your face like this and like this, I guess. I forgot already. I tried it because in the comment section of that video, so many people were relieved. Like so many people were saying that it really worked for them, and it actually did, but for me it only worked the first 2 or 4 times I did it, and the rest of the times it did not work anymore, and it hurt my jaw. Like maybe I was overdoing it or I was pressing too hard or too often. My jaw started clicking, and I wasn't imagining it, the clicking. I wasn't imagining the clicking jaw, because once I stopped doing the sinus massage thing, the clicking went away and it never came back. So if you decide to try this, you have to be very careful. The fourth thing I tried is something I found as a YouTube result together with the sinus massage, and it was also recommended to me by my OB. This is a saline nasal spray. It looks like this, and all you have to do is spray it inside your nose, whichever side is clogged, and wait for it to decongest, and then you can blow your nose. Now, like the sinus massage, this also worked the first several times I think I used this for almost a week. Like I slept with this beside me, so whenever I woke up from a congested nose, I just get this and spray it and go back to sleep. However, it also stopped working, and I don't know why. I was also able to read from forums that they experience the same thing with nasal sprays in general. Like it works the first several times, then your body just stops responding to it. So I stopped using it. During this time, I also took more vitamin C. So together with my prenatal vitamins, I took Baroka just because it always shortens the duration of my cold or my flu, or like it usually speeds up my recovery from a cold or a flu. My pulmonologist a couple of years ago told me that that's not true, since vitamin C is just a vitamin and its job is to boost your immune system before the flu or cold virus hits your body. But maybe it has a placebo effect on me and it tastes good. So yeah, I upped my vitamin C intake at this time in the hopes that it will make my rhinitis go away. And then we cleaned up our room. This was one of the first things that we did. I mean, it's supposed to be something we do often, but usually we only sweep and mop the floor. This time we wiped the walls, we vacuumed the whole place and sealed the cracks on the walls, which may have had allergens or insects causing my nasal irritation. We also cleaned our air conditioning unit and our filter. We changed our bed sheets, and although this cleaned our surroundings and our sleeping area, it did not make my pregnancy rhinitis go away. Next is we decided to turn our air conditioning unit off and use a fan instead. We actually sleep with an AC because we live in a tropical country, and my toddler who co-sleeps with us, he sweats a lot at night, so we always have the AC turned on until the morning. Now I had this theory that maybe, just maybe, my nose was congested because I was breathing in cold air. So when it gets too cold, we turn the AC off and use the fan instead. This actually worked a few times, but not all the time. And usually my toddler would wake up because it gets too warm. He is really used to the air conditioner turned on, so we just stopped doing this because it wasn't always working anyway. I mean, it would work sometimes and then sometimes it wouldn't. So another thing I tried was to stack or like prop some pillows behind me so I could sleep in semi-fowlers or like kind of in a reclined position, almost seated. But it was very uncomfortable and it wasn't always working as well. You can try it though, and if it is comfortable enough for you, like if you can sleep well in that position and your nose gets decongested in that sleeping position, then lucky you. The second to the last thing on my list, which spoiler alert still did not help, was to use our humidifier, or more like an essential oils diffuser. I am a Young Living user, so I have a diffuser and I have several oils. I guess I tried to diffuse lavender, peppermint, eucalyptus, and lemon or thieves. I mean, not all of those in one night, but I just experimented with these oils and observed which ones helped me and which ones did not. Unfortunately, it did not have any effect on my pregnancy rhinitis whenever we diffuse lavender though, we always sleep better. But it also has a weird effect on our toddler, so we don't use it too much anymore. And finally, Ovus oil. Ovus oil is something I read about in pregnancy forums, and they say it was the only thing that helped them. And I am very thankful I went to pregnancy forums online because I never heard of it. In fact, my doctor never mentioned it because it's probably quite difficult to find from where we are. In fact, I only found one store selling it and it was quite expensive. So it looks like this. It looks like an essential oil, to be honest, but I read the instructions and it is not meant to be placed in a diffuser. You're supposed to just open it and sniff it, or you can also place a few drops on a towel or hanky and breathe it in. Oddly enough, it smells just like menthol, like Vicks or efficacent oil, The first two things I mentioned in this video, yeah. But Ovus oil is way more expensive and is way more effective for me. It literally saved my life. My husband was able to purchase this for me when I was 16 weeks pregnant, and I used it immediately and every night. At first, what would happen was, like, for example, both my left and right nostrils would be clogged. I would just open the bottle and try to smell the oil, like on the right side, for example. I just let it stay there, and it wouldn't even take a minute. This side where I placed it on suddenly unclogs. Unfortunately, the other side remains clogged. But since I've been breathing through my mouth for weeks, I was nothing but just super happy when I discovered this. So I just kept this on my bedside and I would sniff it before I sleep. And whenever I would wake up in the middle of the night with a clogged nose, I would just reach for this and open it and like smell it. I swear it worked all the time. So if you're also suffering from nasal congestion and this would also work for you, let me know in the comments below, because I would really love to hear from you. The really good news is after around 2 weeks of using it, my pregnancy rhinitis completely went away so far. I am 8 months pregnant and I still don't have pregnancy rhinitis anymore. It never came back. So that's it for this video. I hope that you got some ideas from me for your pregnancy rhinitis. Even if a lot of these home remedies did not work for me, I think you can give it a try, since each body is different and our bodies may just respond differently to each remedy or to each product. Once again, it was Ovus oil that hugely helped with my nasal congestion. I truly hope it will also work for you. Thanks for watching and see you in my other videos.